What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm very excited to share with you our November 2020 debt payoff update. Now if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Lo and my husband and I are working on paying off over $300,000 of debt. We started our debt-free journey in January 2020 and I started sharing it here on YouTube just a couple months ago, and since then I have been doing monthly debt payoff updates to show you guys our month-to-month progress. Now in January of 2020, our debt total was around $369,000. When I started sharing our debt payoff in detail here on YouTube, we had paid that amount down to around $324,000. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you all the details of what we have paid off in the month of November and what our new debt total is as of today. So let's start off by talking about what our debt payoff goals were this month. In the month of November, I had set two goals for us, and the first one was for us to pay $5,250 towards our student loans. Obviously some of this was going to go towards interest, so that's not the amount of debt that would get paid off this month, but that's the amount from our budget that we wanted to allocate towards student loan payments this month. And that breaks down into two categories of payments. One is our minimum payments. So currently we have 3 student loans. My husband has 2, one from undergrad, one from graduate school, and I have my graduate school student loan. So the minimum payments on those 3 loans total to around $2,766 per month. And so we have those on auto payment. Those get pulled out of our account every single month. And then on top of that, we had a goal of making an extra $2,500 worth of payments. Right now we are targeting my husband's undergraduate student loan, and I'll show you the breakdown of the different loans in just a second. But right now that's the smallest loan, so that's the one we are focusing on, and so all those extra payments that we wanted to make, we were going to make towards that loan this month. The second goal we had was to refinance our graduate school student loans. So like I said, my husband and I each have a graduate school loan. His is around $100,000 and mine is a little over $200,000, and so we wanted to see if we could reduce our interest rate on those loans, and so that was something else that was a goal for this month. Now we were able to complete that refinance for both of our large loans this month. Our prior interest rate on each of our loans was 4.6%, and we were able to get that down to 3.3%, which makes a huge difference in the amount of interest we are paying over time, and so I'm really excited that we were able to complete that. I'm not going to go into all the details of exactly what we did for the refinance because I'm going to make an entire video talking about that process and going through step by step all the details of how we refinanced our student loans. But I will tell you that this is not the first time we've refinanced our student loans. This is actually the second time. The first time we did it through SoFi, and the second time we decided to stick with SoFi. And so if you're interested in getting a free quote to see what sort of interest rate you could get on a refinance, then I have a SoFi affiliate link in the description box, and you'll get a $300 welcome bonus when you refinance. Do keep in mind that right now federal student loans have 0 interest. That might get extended, it might not, so you may or may not be saving interest by doing this now. But if you have private loans, or even if you have federal loans, like, you know, when interest starts accruing again on those loans, I would definitely recommend looking into this. So like I said, I'm going to make a whole video talking about all the details, but for now I'll tell you guys that we were successful in refinancing both of our large student loans. We did not refinance the small one my husband has for undergrad because that one will hopefully be paid off within a month, so it wasn't worth the hassle of doing that, but our other 2 loans we did refinance. Okay, so let's take a look at our November debt payments. Now, when we have a goal of making extra payments in a certain amount, what I usually do is I divide that amount by 4, or however many payments I think I want to make throughout the month, and then I make a payment every week or sometimes a little more often to pay that amount. So that's why you'll see here on our November debt payments that we made a bunch of different payments for $625, and then one was a little bit larger, and I'll talk about that in a second. It was $1,488. Now there's a few reasons why we do it this way and break out these payments throughout the month. First of all, if there's an unexpected expense that comes up, we may want to use that money that would have gone to the student loans to pay for that expense rather than dip into our emergency fund or other funds. So we don't like paying that extra payment right at the beginning of the month. However, we also don't like waiting till the end of the month either. So let's say, like, for this month we had allocated $2,500 that we thought we could pay extra towards the student loans, and if we wait till the end of the month and just let that money sit there all month, when we have interest accruing daily on our student loans, it just doesn't make sense to me to not make those payments sooner. So we make payments throughout the month on about a weekly basis, and that way we can throw money towards the principal as soon as possible while still kind of hedging our bets in case there's an unexpected expense later in the month. And then the third reason I like doing it this way is because it keeps the debt payoff top of mind and keeps us motivated. When we're making progress on a weekly basis, or sometimes more often, it really just keeps the momentum going. So for our November debt payments, as you can see here, we made 2 payments on the 2nd and the 9th towards my husband's undergraduate loan. That's $625 each, and that was part of that $2,500 extra that we had hoped to pay for the month. His minimum auto pay came out on the 10th, which was $244. And then on November 16th, we paid a 3rd payment of $625 to his undergraduate loans. Next, on November 17th, my minimum for my graduate school loans came out, which is $1,659. That minimum payment is actually going up because of the refinance, because I shortened the term of the loan. But anyway, you'll see that next month. So yeah, $1,659 came out towards my graduate school student loans. And then because of the timing of the refinance of my husband's loan, we didn't actually have to make a minimum payment on his loan, which is normally $863 a month. And so I took the $625 plus the $863 minimum payment, and we just put that towards his undergrad loan that we're trying to get paid down quicker. And so it still went towards debt, it just went towards a different loan. And so that's why we have the $1,488 that we paid on November 23rd. And then finally on November 25th, we made a $40 payment towards that undergraduate loan. And you know, sometimes the payments are $1,400, sometimes the payments are $40. But to me, if there's anything extra that we can pay, I'd rather throw it at the debt. And so we are paying less interest over time rather than just have that money be lost somewhere in our budget or spend it on something we really don't need. And so total, we were able to pay $5,306 towards our student loans this month. And so we were able to meet and actually slightly exceed our goal of paying $5,250 towards student loans in the month of November. Okay, so let's take a look at the debt snowball spreadsheet. So as you can see here, starting out in the month of November, we had, as I mentioned, 3 student loans. My husband's undergraduate loan, which had a starting balance on November 1st of $9,398. His graduate school loan for $102,940, and my law school student loan for $204,500, which gave us a starting debt balance of $316,838 at the beginning of November. If you apply those $5,306 of payments, you'll see that $4,054 went towards principal, $1,252 went towards interest. Hopefully that amount will be quite a bit lower next month because of the refinance of our big loans. So our new total debt balance as of the end of the month is $312,784. And as you can see, that leaves us with a total debt paid for the year of $56,889. Now over here under the year-to-date totals, you can see that we did make $72,790 of payments, and so $15,901 of that went to interest. Again, I hope in 2021 that amount will be much lower because our higher interest debt is paid off and we refinanced our student loans. So yeah, I'm looking forward to more of our payments going towards principal going forward. So just to kind of show you how much progress we've made in our debt payoff journey, with paying off $56,889 of debt, we have paid off 15.4% of our total debt, which leaves us with $312,784 left to pay, and that is 84.6% left to go. So we have made a really, really good dent in this, but we do have a really long way to go. So I also just want to show you guys a breakdown percentage-wise of where all our money went this month. So you can see here that almost 46% of our take-home pay for November went towards student loan payments. 37% went towards living expenses, and then we do have a mortgage and a home equity line, and so 17% of our take-home pay went towards paying those debts. And so I like to break that out because it is debt, but I don't include it in our debt snowball because if we sold our house, as long as it doesn't drop in value by a huge amount, we will be able to pay off both our mortgage and our home equity line. So we have enough equity in our house to pay off those debts if we wanted to. So I don't include those in the debt snowball, but I do like to break them out separate from our living expenses because we are building up equity in our house by making those payments as well. All right, so that brings me to the last part of this video, which is talking about our December debt goals. Our first goal this month is to pay $6,300 towards our student loan debt. Now earlier in the video when I showed our November debt goals, our total for our minimum payments on all of our loans was around $2,700, and you can see that's gone up. I have an estimate here that it's going to be about $3,300 a month, but I don't know our final payments yet because I'm just waiting for, like, we get an auto pay discount and I think that adjusts our payments a little bit, but I think it's going to be around $3,300 a month for the total minimum payments on all of our 3 loans. And that number went up because of the refinance. We shortened our student loan terms from a 15-year loan to a 10-year loan because I think we got a better interest rate at that term, and so that has gone up. And then after our minimum payments, we hope to make another $3,000 in extra payments towards our student loans this month. Our next goal is something I am very confident we're going to be able to accomplish, but I feel like it's going to be something to be proud of, and so I put it on here, which is no new debt in 2020. If I had known that we would get through this whole year without taking on new debt, like last year when I set up all these goals and my husband and I were talking about this, like I would be so over the moon excited to know that that was a possibility. And like now that we're here, I'm so proud of us. It feels amazing. It feels so good. I feel so in control of our life and our finances, and it's just like I can't wait to hit that 1-year mark of not taking on $1 single of new debt, paying cash for everything, having an emergency fund, paying down our debts. Like it just feels so good. So I put that on here because I'm really proud of us, and I feel like we need to celebrate that win, that milestone, when we hit that at the end of this year. And finally, our third goal for the month of December is to hit $60,000 total debt paid off in 2020. Now we are currently at almost $57,000, so we are very close, and based on our planned payments, we are going to exceed that amount by a couple thousand. So I put that on there, and hopefully all goes to plan and we stick to our budget and no unexpected things come up. But if everything goes to plan, we will easily hit that goal by the end of December. So that is it for today's video for our November 2020 debt payoff update. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps out my channel. And if you want to see more videos like this, then hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you as a subscriber. If you're working on your own debt payoff journey, then comment below and let me know what progress you made in the month of November, or if you're thinking about starting your debt payoff journey and you're feeling anxious about it, comment below and let me know too. Everyone who has debt is at a different point in their journey, and some people are just starting, some people are near the end. And I love hearing everyone in between so we can root each other on to becoming debt-free. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye!